Reset.
All right, let's reset. Guys, welcome to IDM. I'm Shorts, Chris Lingberry. That's Othman Boucherab to my right.
Hey, man.
Yeah, give me a quick mic check, Othman.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And then to our left is our guest of honor, JP Flaim, in the flesh. Thank you, JP, for being a lifelong IDM dog. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. And I also enjoy the fact that the technical difficulties which existed in the first few shows have continued to what episode is this? 124, something like that?
136.
136.
Here's the great look. All right, here's the great thing is that there's always room for improvement.
JP is a little low. Okay, thanks, Pia. Appreciate it.
Should we switch mics again?
Maybe.
No, we're good. I can talk louder.
Can you turn up his mic?
Yeah. All right, his mic is louder now.
Okay.
All right.
We need Richmond. We need to move to Richmond.
I think you do.
All right. That would fix so many problems in our lives.
I mean, he's done your intro.
Yeah.
You say when you've had live events and he's helped produce.
Yep.
They've been flawless.
Yep.
So you need an RJ.
Those are pretty much the only flawless episodes we've ever done, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. Yeah, like Ernesto says, can't rush perfection. He's right.
Guys, IDM, it's as it has been since day one, which was earlier today, a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
Yes, of course.
You know, at some point we're going to figure out how to connect two laptops at one time
and
our audio and video.
Dude, you know what sucks, JP, is like, I don't know if you're on Reddit at all, but I keep up with, the Sports Junkies Reddit, the IDM Reddit.
I'm sure the Sports Junkies Reddit is full of great things.
Well, dude, actually, your daughter jumps in there every once in a while.
Yeah, I've had to talk with her about that.
Oh, okay. All right. But for the first time ever, we were getting like some shine on the Junkies subreddit.
Oh,
like
nice.
Somebody was like, what are some good shows to check out? And the top voted comment was IDM. It doesn't matter.
There you go.
So I'm guessing like a lot of people are checking us out for the first time tonight, and they probably never will again.
And I'll repeat myself because apparently the microphone wasn't on.
All right.
I'm proud of you guys. You guys have followed through on an idea. You have fun together.
Yeah.
You make a little cash. I don't know how much cash you make, but at a very minimum, you're having fun. And he looks very cold. Like he looks like an 80-year-old grandma with this blanket on.
It's actually my great grandmother's, rest in peace, her Afghan, which, we colloquially refer to as Nana's blanket, which it is. Yeah. And it makes him feel comfortable in his mind, body, and soul. So I'm all for it.
Why was your chick hating on your Nana's blanket?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well,
wait,
okay.
Wait a second. Wait, she trained me on how to respond to these questions. Hang
on. Well, damn, we got so much to get to. We got so much we want to talk to you about.
Do you guys still do your vagina monologues?
Vagina hotline.
That's what it is. Vagina hotline. Sorry.
We haven't done that one in a while. Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody calls in for that.
Well, I was going to come up with a diplomatic response, but that works too. I was going to say sometimes I feel like we're caught between worlds of being a radio show and a podcast, and we dip our toe in both worlds. But also nobody calls in.
Wait, what's the difference?
I don't really know. I think like more formulaic bits and stuff like that is more radio. Yeah. And podcasting is kind of like shooting from the hip and just seeing where things go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys
and callers is definitely a radio bit.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if we actually had the ability to take phone calls?
I mean,
it would be a disaster. It took us 30 minutes to just get the microphones right tonight.
But you did have the hotline going for a while.
We did.
Did you like that?
I did.
Do you like? I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, and I'm not trying to source material from you, but do you like complaining about your wife or?
I think most guys do.
Oh yeah, dude, it's the best.
I think it's a staple.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to complain about.
Well,
you have the perfect wife.
Yeah. But thanks for driving.
He loves his wife so much that he goes on 8-mile walks.
Yeah.
I love her so much that I've willingly chosen on my own to not drink for the past 2 weeks.
Yes, dude, I've been there before too. I willingly decided not to do it for a year. And then I had 7 margaritas on day 366. Thank you for driving all the way out here. I know it sucks. We appreciate it. You got a life. But yeah, dude, we what do you think about us trying to revamp the month of Junkies? I know last time we talked to you on the month of Junkies, you were like, just do a event and have all the junkies come out. But we have very low confidence in booking anybody but you, basically, because it was your idea. You know?
Look, I think Cakes is always amenable, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that word? You know what I mean?
I think so. Amenable. Yeah.
Yeah. Cakes would probably do it. I would do it. Jason lives nearby. I mean, Jason's about 2 miles from your house.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's right here in the Broadlands.
I actually know where he lives because I saw his wife commenting on the Nextdoor app and just full first name, last name. And I was like, whoa, does he know about that?
What was she saying?
I don't know. She just commented. It's like
a helicopter.
Yeah. It's like stuff like that. But I
think
just
you'd be surprised at how public his address is because he's famous for putting things up on Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
People show up to his house all the time because he's constantly hawking stuff.
That is crazy.
That's such a weird thing to do.
Jason makes good money, and yet he's probably the cheapest person I know. I think today he revealed that when he doesn't have a pen, he just goes to the sales office and he'll go into somebody's cubicle and just take pens out of somebody's mug.
Oh, I wanted to confront him about this when he was in the IDM studio like 2 months ago. I actually still have the headphones, but when I was an intern at the radio station, so this would have been like 2008-ish, somewhere in there, I had a cubicle, and he would always go over there, borrow my headphones, and literally burn them out, and then just put them back.
Right.
Like I would see him put them back every single day because I would get in around the time that you guys were getting off the air. And then he just put them back broken one day.
That's crazy.
He never offered to pay.
No.
Shorts was making $30,000 a year at the time. That's like when LeVar, when he first started working, coming into the station, he'd be like I would go to 7-Eleven. He'd be like, let me get like 3 5-hour energy drinks. And they were like $3-4 a pop, you know? And I'll never forget the first time I did it, he was like, I need this every morning. I need you to get this from me every morning. And I was like, dude, I make $8 an hour, bro. It was like, oh, for real? Like, he was so shocked that I made that little amount of.
And he never paid you.
No, but it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, what are you doing, Shorts? You see what is?
Just
do you remember the first year where Shorts just stand up and walk away from the show?
No, I'm just checking the audio.
Well,
make sure
I can't remember if it was Shorts or you. Somebody would go to the bathroom a lot. I feel like it might have been
probably me. Yeah,
that was
just in the middle of a story.
Yeah.
Like, I got to go take a whiz.
I
guess it doesn't matter.
I mean, in fairness to
matters.
Oathman, it was both of us, and sometimes at the same time. Guys, we'll be back in 5 minutes. We're gonna go to PP real quick.
But anyways, when the mics were off, which was the first 25 minutes of the show, JP was talking about his new book and that whole venture. And do you want to? You were talking.
I don't want to get too much into it, other than look, if you're a Commanders fan or you're a Junkies fan, I think you're gonna like the book. It's called Faith Restored. It's kind of about the resurrection of the Commanders. I saw something today that they actually sold 11,000 new season tickets. So the book's about the team getting good again, but also the fans coming back to the team. When I was growing up, they had a waiting list for season tickets. The place was sold out all the time. And then under Dan Snyder, towards the end, you had home openers with thousands of seats empty. I went to a Vikings game a couple of years ago. There's 30,000 Vikings fans. Who knew that there were that many Vikings fans? Opposing fans would take over the stadium. And
was that the
now
one that Randy Moss walked out on?
No, this is like the Justin Jefferson years.
Okay,
all right, this is a couple of years ago. And now you're kind of seeing it come back to that feel of the glory years. No, they haven't won any Super Bowls yet, but they got within 60 minutes of Super Bowl. And just so many things have changed. The owner changed it. Look, we had an event through the station called Burgundy and Sold. Thousands of people there. Cakes is on stage doing F Dan Snyder chants, and people are fired up. Like, you could have thrown a parade just with Dan Snyder being out. Mm-hmm. But the new owner came in there, and things like their NFL PA grades, The last 2 years under Snyder, they're 32nd. Josh Harris takes over, says, I'm not an F- guy. Does things like bringing bleachers to training camp so that people didn't have to haul their chairs, fixes the facilities and all those things. So everything has changed. The books, I like to say, about the resurrection of the Commanders and the fans coming back to the team.
I have seen this critique a little bit, and I want to counter it a little bit too, because some people go, well, JP, you're not even a Commanders fan. And I say, well, I mean, is John Feinstein a Duke fan? Is John, do people that write books about sports teams, are they always a fan of that team? And also, the Junks, you guys have lived 30 years of your career at this point waiting for the team to be good. If anybody wants them to be good for the first time, it's you and all of the Junks, regardless of which fan you grew up rooting for.
Yeah, I've seen that criticism too. Look, I was pitched this book. It wasn't even my idea, and I decided to give it a shot. We had Herm Edwards on the show, who coached a couple of teams in the NFL, and he happened to coach Jaden Daniels when he was a freshman at Arizona State. And I hadn't said yes to the project, but in the back of my mind, I asked him a question that would fit the book about Jaden against Justin Herbert. I know you don't do sports on this show. This
no
is
sports,
geeky,
no politics.
but just real quick, he told an amazing story and decided to write something about Herm's account of this great game where Jaden Daniels threw this touchdown pass at the end of the game. They beat the number 6 team in the country. It was kind of his first A Star Is Born moment. And like you said, John Feinstein's most famous book is Season on the Brink, which is about Bobby Knight in Indiana. He also wrote a book about the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
I don't have to necessarily be a fan. Look, I kind of root for them because of the radio show and because my daughter Kelsey is a huge fan of the now Commanders, the Redskins. But my dad came from Italy and lived in Baltimore for years. So I was raised as a Baltimore fan. Baltimore Orioles, Baltimore Colts.
Yeah.
But I mean, you certainly, it's not like you don't know the team. It's not like you're not a qualified person to write about them. Nobody follows the ins and outs of the team more than you and the guys on the show. I mean, you guys have lived every single high and low, every single form and facet of rebuilds and unbuilds and every single part of the disastrous Dan Snyder era for 30 years. So, I mean, there's nobody more qualified.
Look, I don't want to compare myself to John Feinstein. You brought up a good point. Feinstein wrote about things that he wasn't necessarily a fan of. I'm telling a story. The story's in 3 acts.
Yep.
There's the glory years, which an entire generation of fans didn't get to live the glory years when they were winning Super Bowls, and the whole town was into the Washington Redskins and they were winning Super Bowls. And like I said, there was a season ticket waiting list and the place was packed all the time. And then there's the destruction is the second act. And then the third act is the resurrection. So the book's about the resurrection. I'm telling that story. Anybody can tell that story. I just happened to be the one that decided to do the project.
It would be awesome.
Restoredbook.com. I don't want to talk about the book too much. I want to have a good time.
Well, the only reason
talk to you about sports for 2 hours.
The only reason I brought it up was, and I specifically mentioned John Feinstein. I mean, let's all admit now. Come on.
JP's like, I don't know what you're saying. What are you talking about?
It kind of sucked, right? I mean, I don't wish it.
No, of course not. Of course not.
I wish you're still alive.
We do a lot of shtick. We do not like to disrespect the dead on the show, right? But I shouldn't say but. I should have just gone on to the next thought. I had a very negative experience with John Feinstein when I was LeVar and Dukes' producer.
I'm not surprised.
And I was like, who does this fucking guy think he is? Did you think he was talking to me like he was David Beckham?
And he was like, I'm John Feinstein.
And I was like, and then I saw a picture of his face, RIP. You know what I mean? I hope his family's doing okay. But I was like, this motherfucker is talking to me like this. And then I hear him on the Junks just being anyways, we don't disrespect the dead on the show. But JP's looking at me like, shut up.
No, I'm not telling you shut up. I think he was a complicated person.
Yeah.
And I'd never liked the things that I heard about how he dealt with like producers. For example, if the Junkies went late and he was scheduled to be on at 8 and Brett would call him at 8:00 and say, hey, they're running 3 minutes late. I heard he wasn't necessarily happy about that, and wouldn't necessarily deal with the person on the line with the most class.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that. Now, personally, when I wrote my last book, he was very helpful and he put me in touch with the guy who helped me with this book, who I know you're not necessarily a huge
Yes.
fan of.
We call him on the show. We call him the ghost of John Feinstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, he's a super accomplished guy.
Yeah, of course.
And
Of course.
I think
Was.
personally and with his family and everything was great. But sometimes with the littles,
yeah.
he maybe wasn't the best.
Dude, being a producer in radio, I mean, it's probably like this in every medium of entertainment, but you just got to eat so much shit all the time. Like if the quote unquote talent wants to do something that the upper management is unhappy with, the producer has to be like, hey, and then they have to, like, for instance, when we're at Radio Row at Super Bowl in Indianapolis, LeVar was just falling asleep at the table. and I know, and Dukes was texting CK like, dude, how am I supposed to do a show with the guy who's falling asleep? And then CK would text me like
to tap him on the shoulder.
What are you doing? Wake him up. I'm like, dude, he knows I make $30,000 a year. He doesn't respect what you know what I'm saying?
That's one thing I'll say about the Junks. You guys have always been pretty down to earth in that respect. Like I never really, I mean, you know, Eric will bust your balls, of course, but I mean, you guys don't really treat people badly, not like the way a lot of other hosts have in the past. So I've always kind of appreciated that.
I think when we started out and we got our first full-time gig, I don't think we've ever lost. We got a tray from Subway.
Yeah.
Okay. Bunch of subs. And we were so grateful. It was like, oh my God, we've got free subs. Yeah. And I think we've maintained that attitude all these years where you can get jaded, but I think we're pretty appreciative and hopefully we're all just regular donks.
Yeah.
That got lucky with a job.
Now, one of the commenters brings something. I don't mean to belabor this. Obviously, rest in peace, John Feinstein. The ghost of John Feinstein lives on. But he brought up, Connor Smith brings up the time that he says the most memorable post-AWOD Junks moment is when Bish botched his Twitter DMs and started a fight between John Feinstein and Scott Van Pelt. Regularly watch that YouTube clip. Do you remember that?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay, so Jason had got sent like a DM from Scott Van Pelt. Scott Van Pelt called John Feinstein a fat fucking toad.
Whoa.
And then Jason thought it was a public Twitter mention, so he just recapped this.
Yeah,
he recapped this feud that was a private message from Scott Van Pelt about John Feinstein, and Jason is just in the clip. He goes, yeah. So I mean, obviously I can't say this, but Scott Van Pelt responded to John Feinstein, said, "I hate that fat effing toad."
But I'm not shocked that Jason was so clueless.
Dude. Oh my God. Scott Van Pelt, another asshole that I had a bad experience with. Anyways, yeah. I remember everyone.
You're scarred from your days as a producer, huh?
The thing is, I remember everyone that treated me well and people that treated me poorly, and I will carry that to my grave. And then when I'm dead, someone will probably talk about me like I'm talking about John Feinstein. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Maybe a future producer that can figure out how to work the sound.
Yeah. Maybe Richmond John, if you're interested. But anyways, we were talking a little bit about Shorts' new revamped life. As of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the 8 Mile Challenge.
Yes.
Thighs are sweaty, knees weak.
Yes.
Arms are heavy.
Right. And I think JP is also trying to hit up the gym but early in the morning.
A little bit.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Would you say you get there at like 3?
No. I'm getting up at 3:45. I get to the station around 4:45.
Doesn't that feel so crazy?
Are you using that little gym in the office there?
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It has about 4 or 5 treadmills.
Yeah, that's true.
Has dumbbells.
Yeah.
Utilitarian effect. It does get the job
done. It has a Peloton. It has ellipticals. Yeah. It actually has more things than if you're looking to squat 500 pounds, probably not the right spot. But if you looked at me, I'm not looking to squat 500 pounds.
It's got like dumbbells and barbells and stuff.
Yeah, it's got a rack to 50 pounds. Okay. So you're only going to, but works for me.
Have you ever been like a fat dude?
This is about as fat as I've ever been.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I thought I remember seeing an old photo of you when you were at Temple where you were kind of chunky.
I mean, I might have been, but I've never weighed as much as I do right now, plus or minus 3 pounds. I mean, I might have been 3 pounds heavier than I am right now, but I'm like tickling 190.
I will tell you this, like I don't want to make it all about myself, but mentally, I feel a lot sharper every day, which I know you guys probably don't notice the difference, but I do. I mean, I still have
I
trouble.
can really tell at the beginning of the show.
I still have trouble turning the microphones on, but that's just my baseline.
If that was sharp, the 25-minute delay to the show to get sound.
But it does feel good when you go out and you just walk out all your nervous energy and you come back and you're like, all right, now I just have to try not to drink beer for the rest of the day
Now,
or
if I recall,
eat like a
'cause
fat pig.
I listened to the episode last week. I enjoyed it. You said you don't listen to music while you're doing this.
No, I started working in podcasts because Othello made me feel crazy.
I mean, it is crazy, dude.
To
Yeah.
do that long? Because that's a couple hours, right?
It's peaceful. And a lot of times I have the baby, so I'm pushing her in the stroller and I'm making little
For
little
hours,
noises.
you're doing
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. You made me feel crazy.
I mean, dude, do whatever you want to do. It's just, it's more of a. This isn't something I'm proud of. I just don't like to be alone with my thoughts for 2 hours.
I
You
know.
know what I mean?
You don't have great thoughts.
No, dude. What about you? What would you?
I mean, look, slightly different generation than you guys, right? So I was never a runner on a cross-country team or anything like that, but I've always run, on occasion. I used to run with Cakes' brother, who was a cross-country guy, and I would run 2-3 times a week.
Is that the guy who's the priest?
Cakes' brother is not a priest.
Oh, sorry.
I have a cousin who's a priest.
He's sharp now,
Guys, I'm mentally sharp. Mentally, my acuity is just through the roof.
But I think, look, I grew up running without anything.
Yeah.
And then you start running with an iPod, you get used to it.
It's hard to go back.
But sometimes I forget it. Like, you lose your iPods. I lose them all the time, forget where I put them. And so I can do that. But I definitely prefer with music.
I'm so bad, dude. My wife, she because I even if I go take the trash out or the dog for a walk, I need something to listen to.
No, I'm not that
She's
bad.
like, you need to talk to somebody about that.
If you go to a public restroom and you just have to go number one, you just
Yeah.
got to take a whiz.
Yeah.
Do you look at your phone while you're taking the whiz?
Oh, for sure, dude.
Really?
For
See,
sure.
that's to me, that's odd. Cakes does that. Cakes
Yeah.
will check his stocks for the millionth time while he's going to the bathroom. Like, I can leave the phone in the studio and be fine and go to the bathroom and come back. I like to leave my phone.
That's the healthy. Yeah, that's the healthier.
Let me ask you this, because I've had this struggle a couple of times. There's a path behind my house. That's the one that I usually walk the most because it just goes forever. But there's a lot of times where I get 5 minutes down the beaten path and I'm like, I really have to pee. And I don't know, like there's so many people going by, but I feel like I've seen little kids peeing back there. Is it that much different if it's like a big fat Harrington?
No.
Because
Am I just using the woods?
I disagree, dude.
yeah, because like can't you get like a
stroller?
can't you get like a charge for that or something?
Indecent
Like exposing
exposure?
yourself in front of kids or something?
Well,
I'm just trying to pee, and I would go like maybe 10 feet into the brush, but it does.
Good, man.
You think so?
I think so. I don't know. I don't play golf a ton, but when you play golf, you take a whiz in the woods all the time.
Wait, how far off on the trail are you? Like,
Well, say it's like 5 or 10 minutes from my house here.
yeah.
And so it's like too far to walk all the way back.
Yeah.
But I really got to go. So it's
So
either
what
like
do you do with the
it's
stroller?
either keep going. Well, no, not with. This is solo,
Okay.
not with the. I probably wouldn't do it with. I mean, I'm not going to expose myself in front of my baby. But I mean, like if I'm too far, where like I'm in a good walk cycle here. I want to keep it going, but like at the same time, I don't want to go all the way back to the house just to pee. But I mean, that might be the right call.
Like, how far off the trail are you?
Like 5-10 minutes.
No.
Oh,
You-
like if I walked like 10 feet off the trail.
You go like deep into the woods. Where,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
deer probably.
Yeah, but then I got to worry about ticks, so I can't go that far. Maybe like 5 to 7 feet.
I don't know.
I mean, I saw this lady walking her kid, and like he came out of the woods. He clearly did what I dream of doing. I mean, if he can do it, why can't I? I'm an adult,
Kids can
damn
get
it.
away with shit that 40-year-old men cannot. get
Yeah,
away with,
that's the problem.
And everyone I think most women by default just assume a 40-year-old is a pervert. You know what I mean? If they see you and they see you out there, even if you're pissing, they assume you're jacking off.
I do look like a pervert too.
Definitely, dude.
In the woods?
You should see him when he has his hat off and he lets his hair grow a little
Oh,
bit.
come on.
He's got the horseshoe thing going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I almost had a big problem tonight, by the way. I was shaving my head before you came over, like 2 hours before, and the thing got caught in my head and it wouldn't cut through the hair, but I had already done the front. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have like a mullet tonight and I can't do anything about it because there's not enough time. And I just grinded my way through it. I'm pretty sure I cut the hell out of the back of my head. I mean, I've got, I'll be healing for the next 2 weeks.
No, you look good, dude. And honestly, I do see like a little bit of weight loss. So that I'm happy for you.
I appreciate it. So JP, what's going on with you, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, 54-year-old dad life. My son dropped him off at college last week. That was kind of a big deal. He's my
what
buddy.
college again? What college?
He's going to Maryland, so it's close
yeah.
by, but it's still a weird bit where, look, I have 2 daughters as well, but my son is kind of like my buddy.
Yeah.
And dropping him off, excited for him. It's cool, but it's like when I go to Jersey Mike's and I would just call him up and like, hey, you want to go to Jersey Mike's?
Yeah, dude.
It's look, I'm divorced, so he's with me half the time, but he lived always. I've lived within 2 miles, so if we want to hang out, we just hang out. And now you got to let him live his life.
Yeah,
I actually did lunch with him today. It was the first time I went to campus. We went to Lido. My son is a picky eater, so he has lost some weight already because all he's eaten there is pizza. And he specializes in chicken tenders, but apparently the dining hall, that's like a once a month deal. So he's got to expand.
Maryland's a weird one to me because it's so close. I mean, I know he's not like right upstairs anymore for you. He's 25 minutes away.
Yep.
It's so close. It feels like it is a commuter school, but I mean, I guess he's living on campus and
he's living on campus. Look, EB and I both went to Maryland. I lived on campus. My first 2 years I lived on campus. EB lived at home.
That's crazy.
But what I'm trying to say is when I went to college, you can talk about your experience. It's pre-cell phone. My mom would try and call me once a week. I hated it. So I got to kind of check myself and let my kid have his space.
Yeah. Is he
like I want to hang out, but at the same time, you got to let your kid have space.
Has he shown you any sort of like weird leanings? Like, is he like, hey, don't just show up and, I mean.
No, other than we did FaceTime him a couple days in. His little sister wanted to FaceTime, and we FaceTimed him, and he definitely took the call. He doesn't have a bathroom in his dorm. It's like a communal bathroom. So it's just dorm and and I could tell that he had left his room and was using like the bathroom because apparently there were a bunch of guys hanging out in his room.
He didn't want everyone to hear.
Of course. And that's how I was when I was in college.
Wouldn't it be pretty awesome?
Nobody wants to be, even if you are a mommy's boy, nobody wants to be known as a mommy's boy.
Yeah. Would you be proud if you go to
daddy's boy?
You go to FaceTime him and like right when he picks up the phone, like you see like a girl's head just drop out of the screen.
That, dude.
I would be torn.
She might be
actually,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I brought this up on the Junkies. So when we moved him in last Thursday into his dorm room, we're unpacking and his roommate is there, his new roommate's mom and dad. And then my ex, his mom, is there. And it's a limited time that you're supposed to move them in. They give you a window of time to move them in. So we're, setting up his bed, doing all this stuff. And I'm pulling out stuff from a bag that his mom had prepared. And I got completely thrown off because there was a box of condoms.
Whoa.
Yeah. She packed it?
She packed it for him. And I was like, and later on, she sends me a text message and says something like, why were you so embarrassed about the box of condoms?
Why are you so embarrassed?
And I said, I've never even known my son to have a girlfriend. It just was shocking to me.
Dude.
And she did kind of make a good point. She's like, well, he could have a girlfriend in the next week.
Whoa.
I mean, I agree with her, but you are in the right to be like thrown off by that. Because I feel like any sort of involvement that parents have in their kids' sex lives, besides the birds and the bees talk, which is still uncomfortable, is weird.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Rampage Jackson, he's been in the news the past week or so because his son beat the crap out of the wrestler. And so people have been posting videos of their streams where they would do together to be like, what's up with this people are questioning his father, like whether or not he's a good dad, you know, because there are a lot of like clips of him calling his son a bitch and stuff like that.
Well, I think there was a clip, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the day the incident occurred where he, like, after the guy smashed the fake beer in his head, between that and when his son went into the ring and knocked the guy unconscious, I think between that, Rampage was on a stream with his son calling him a pussy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you hugging up on motherfucker. Yeah. But anyways, one of the clips that I saw someone post was Rampage was at his house having like a pool party or something, and there's like 3 or 4 chicks like in thongs and stuff walking around, and his son walks up to one of the girls and is like hollering at her.
And how old is the son at the time?
He's like 20 years old.
Yeah, he's super young. Yeah.
And then the dad's like, hey, don't be talking to my girls like that. and the son's like, I can't get one. And Rampage is like, man, look at her ass. You think I'm gonna let you have that? Blah blah. And like, so the son is basically begging to fuck one of Rampage's whores. I saw it and I was like, that's so weird.
It's weird. It's so
like
weird.
That?
Yeah. So dude, I'm totally with you. Like, discuss any sort of like,
it threw me off, but the truth is apparently when you moved into the dorm, they got a welcome package and there was a t-shirt, and apparently inside the welcome package, they give every student who moves into the dorm, you can read this. This is from my ex.
From right where your thumb is?
Right here.
You should want Dylan to use You should want Dylan to use condoms. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. His welcome pack that was on his dresser included condoms and lube. Whoa.
oh
So they
God,
gave each of the
dude.
students that.
Wait, hang on a second.
That
Did
was
she
in a
do
welcome bag.
Did she do
That's
that
not
with your
from-
daughter?
Huh?
Did you do that with your daughter?
No, it didn't come from the parents. It came
Oh,
from
okay,
like the
I
student
got you.
union or
I got
whatever.
you. Would she have felt comfortable doing it with your daughter? Do you think? I don't know. I feel like it's weird. It's a lot worse being like, go ahead and have sex, daughter.
Yeah, of course it is. You have 2 daughters.
Yeah, I know.
It's a different vibe for
I'll
sure.
never know the greatness of having a son.
Here, see, you're going off to school for the very first time.
Yeah.
Make sure you wear a condom and please have lots of sex, daughter.
But you'll get there at some point. So you're asking me what was going on in my life. So that's pretty much it. My oldest lives in LA now. We had a good family trip, but she's back in LA. My son starting college, so he's a week into his collegiate career. And then I have an 8-year-old who plays a bunch of sports. So I have a ridiculous calendar. She's a good soccer player right now and a good swimmer.
Yeah.
Does that year round. So every day, literally every day, we have something. I coach a soccer team. She had soccer practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 games this weekend, swim Mondays and Wednesdays. It's boring life, rinse and repeat. It's just a lot of figuring out who's taking your kid to practice, juggling that with the wife, and making sure she shows up.
Well, we should probably give some shout outs to our dogs real quick.
We can save that for the end.
Okay. Well, I was going
I'm waiting.
I was going to use it as an opportunity to give JP another beer.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. We'll do the shout outs. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can do this without ending the show.
And it's been a great show, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, here we go.
It's time for our big time P1 shout out.
Everybody's okay. We're all okay. Let's give a quick shout out to our big time P1s. Shout out to Alex, AJ McCown, Alex Davis, Brendan Cooney, Brendan Smith, Brent Wenzel, Brian Altman, Brian Busties, Carlos N, Chris Eller. Shout outs to Danger Mexico, Danny Loudermilk, David Slat, Don DeMarco, Ernesto Ladon. Shout outs to Craven Moorhead, Gaylord Perry, Iron Mike Sleep, James M. Shout outs to Jen Montana, straddled the line in Discord and Rhyme. Shout outs to JP Flaim. Boo, 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 boo. Shout outs to KARS Cars for Kids. KAARS, Cars for Kids. Shout out to Kevin Leahy, Kevin Smith, Korean John. Did you hook him? Oh. Chris Stein, Lance Parker, Matt Broderick, Matt Starcheck, and Matt Starcheck. Shoutouts to Peter Rosecrans, Phil J, Reggie, Ron Mexico, Instagram.com/Brad Paints This, Sean Kibler, Steven Snowman, Theo H, and William and Lubomir. Again, that's our $8 tier. You guys can subscribe and support our dream on patreon.com/IDM pod. You can subscribe for $5, $8, or $12. We appreciate you guys at any level. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Love y'all.
Do you disrespect me because I'm not on the $12 level?
No, dude.
What do I get with the $12 level if I ever want to bump it up? Apparently, I'll be honest, I listened to you guys for pretty faithfully for a while, and I fell off, and I didn't realize that when my credit card changed, I was out of the mix. I apologize.
Was it something we
mix.
said? Be honest.
No. I just
because I'll be honest, dude. Sometimes I listen to the shows religiously, and then they say something. I'm like, man, fuck these guys, dude. Like,
nah, dude. You guys are my boys. I would always support you. I just had credit card fraud, and I had to change his credit card.
No, that's a big problem for us because, like, I feel like in 2025. So many people had expiring credit cards. I was like, wait, we've never had to deal with this before. Should I just start messaging people individually one by one going, hey, it's Shorts. You mind, uploading your new card to Patreon?
Dude, I appreciate the effort you put into grasping at former subscribers.
I mean, it did work, but it was very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's uncomfortable for them too.
Yeah.
I heard one time you were upset that John DePompa hasn't subscribed to your show.
Well, dude, I mean, like, you know what annoys me the most? I'll tell you. You didn't ask, but I'll tell you. When I did the Rodcast with Chad Dukes, I had so many people who were like, dude, I love you on the show, man. You're awesome. You crush it. And a lot of them subscribed when we launched the podcast, and they just stopped. They just unsubscribed like the first
fell
month.
off.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's weird that I take it personally, but they even text me. They'll be like, hey, what's up, man? How's your life going? And I'm like, well, dude, if you listen to the fucking podcast, you'd know, but that's probably, I shouldn't have that stance. Like,
you're a grudge guy.
I know.
You're a little bit like Jason Bishop.
I got to always watch what I say to him over text message.
It's not good to.
Have you guys ever had like a breakup of sorts?
Oh, we fought over text so many times, but usually for me, it's because
no, but where you stopped hanging out for a while.
No, I don't think so.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, no, we better stop hanging out. But I do have to watch what I say over text because sometimes I'll say something, I won't word it right or not quite right, and he'll misinterpret it, and he'll be like, all right, well, he'll literally say this. All right, well, I'm just gonna match your energy. Fuck you. I'm like, wait, what did I say wrong here? And then I gotta go back and reread it. I'm like, all right.
It's been. I know. I can be immature sometimes. I know.
Oh, I'm distracted by Shorts' clipboard, which has a calculator on it.
Oh yeah.
How old is that calculator? Like I feel like I had when I was in high school, I had a ruler that had a calculator. This is like the 80s. Is this straight from the 80s?
Yeah,
okay.
Protractor back there, dude.
There's actually a story I've never shared behind this thing. Okay, so this is what like general contractors use. It's like holds their blueprints and stuff like that
from your construction days.
Right. So when I was unfortunately stabbing Bob the Builder in the back and going for another job in construction, which was a great call on my part because I ended up with no job after that. Good job, Shorts. I sometimes I have to be told like when committing to the bit is like I've taken it too far. And so when I had this interview lined up at Ryan Holmes,
so you're revealing the company.
Yeah, I went and bought this online because I was like, I got to dress the part.
Yeah. You got to dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
Right. So I had a suit, I had nice shoes, I had everything, fresh haircut, and then this nice little contractor's clipboard that I've never used for anything because I obviously did not end up with the job in the long run.
Do you hear what happened there? Do you know why you didn't get the job?
why he didn't get the job with Ryan Holmes.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I remember
pretty
why he
wild.
lost the main
Okay.
gig.
Yeah. We'll refresh his memory real quick.
Okay.
That may have been between like in a gap of your listening.
It's possible.
But it's a pretty good story. I mean, it's not. I'm sorry, dude, but tell.
Okay. That's the look you give to the wife.
Yeah.
That's the one she told me to use anytime Oathman pries about my personal life.
Yeah.
She said just shoot him a look like this.
That's very effective, dude. It works.
No, I was working with Bob the Builder, a great guy, of course, and not naming any names, somebody was pushing me to look for other jobs, and that
Does her name rhyme with Schmemley?
Yeah.
that unnamed person was telling me, I was like, I really think I should like bring Bob the Builder in the loop. Like, he gave me a job I definitely don't deserve and I'm not even good at.
Right, give him the common courtesies.
And she was like, do not tell him that you're looking for other jobs. And I was like, every day she would drop me off because I didn't have a car at the time. My life got pretty bad at one point about 1.5 years ago. But I dug my way out. I every day she would drop me off and I would say, I really think I should tell him. And she's like, do not tell him. And then so I ended up going through a couple rounds of interviews. Actually, okay, here was my real mistake. I had to go on a shadow thing, like where I go and shadow somebody on the job. That was like the final leg of the interview, the 3-part interview. And I did not tell Bob the Builder what I was leaving for. I made up some lie that was awful. And then he was like, after I told him about the job, and when he eventually was like, dude, I can't work with you anymore. Like, I can't trust you. I was like, well, that's a fair point. He was like, dude, I paid you for that day. And I was like, well, yeah, my bad. My bad. So anyways, I got the job with Ryan Holmes, but somebody, let's just call them Ghost, had told me to lie on the application about my college.
Oh, that's right. I do remember the story now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
It's a construction job. Like, who cares if he has a communications degree?
Honesty.
I know. And so eventually they found out because I told them way too late in the process, and they were like, oh, by the way, we've rescinded the job offer. And so that's when I was like, oh, now I have no jobs. That's awesome. But I do have this clipboard
that you paid for.
By the way, I was told that's crazy if you show up with this clipboard to the job interview. And I was like, okay, sometimes it needs to be told that stuff
Shows
like
you're
that.
serious, dude. You want the job. I mean, dude, but you have another job lined up, which is shipping out JP's books.
faithrestoredbook.com.
Please, dogs, please buy the book. Come on. Let JP think that his time was well spent tonight. But Shorts actually has a lot of experience shipping out. I think you personally sent out like the shirts, the IDM shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I put them all in bubble wrap because I'd never had experience wrapping up a shirt before. And then we had like three people were like, yeah, you got it to me unbroken. Good job. You probably could have saved $3 on shipping by just putting it in a folder.
First class operation.
Yeah, sometimes
you had t-shirts.
Sometimes you got to live and learn that you're being an idiot by living.
Yeah, by being an idiot for sure.
Yeah, by being an idiot.
Yeah. So are you trying to like get to a certain goal weight by working out again, or either
a little bit?
Actually,
I mean, a little bit.
What about you, Shorts?
What
are you trying to get to a goal weight? Like, do you have a goal?
Yeah, I want to get to. I haven't been able to weigh myself this week because I don't have batteries for my scale.
Yeah.
And it's what's so funny?
It's a funny reason not to know how much you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, batteries are expensive.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I got to go all the way to the gym to weigh myself, and I mean, who's got time for that?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
No, I started the 8-mile challenge at 247 ish, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm probably down around 242 now, but I think the goal is like 225.
Okay.
I think if I can get to there, to that point, I'll be like, okay, I'm not a complete waste of life dad.
Yeah.
Like it starts. Does that thought ever creep in? I don't know. It's been so long since you had your first child, but did you ever have a point where you were like, I'm doing the wrong thing in my personal life. I need to be like more focused, or like by the time you had your daughter, were you just completely locked in on your career and you had everything going right for you? I mean,
Man, that's a deep question. You're going to take me back 25 years.
Well, a lot of people have reached out to me and they're like, dude, like a lot of dads do struggle with this. They're like, it doesn't come easy to everybody. Sometimes you got to like have a wake up call or something.
I don't think I ever needed a wake up call. I mean, a lot of people question people that have a kid at an older age. So I'm an older dad for Isabella. It's only happened one time where a kid thought that I was the grandpa. It's happened only
really?
one time.
What did he say?
Oh, it was a couple years ago. I'm picking up Isabella from her camp in the summer, and I parked the car, trying to figure out where she is at her camp, and she's playing on a playground with this other little girl, and the other little girl sees me, and she goes, Bella, your grandpa's here.
Oh, hell no, dude.
Oh my god,
it's a dagger. So I'm an older dad, but I love it. I love it. Like I'm already missing.
But
I'm already missing some of the things that I've done with Isabella. Like I coached her from 5 to 8. Now she's playing on the travel team, and I'm just a sideline dad. Like I love that. I'm at the 2 minutes I had with your baby. It's awesome, man. That's the time when they're that young. You know, your kids are still very young, but they're kind of out of that phase where you could take a nap and they fall asleep on you. Like that's the best.
Well, that's kind of why, like, I don't feel terrible about my employment status because I get to spend so much time with my daughter and she's so small. So that part's awesome. You know, it's just the future worrying about the future and all that stuff that gets in my head. But, you know, don't you feel like, I don't know, it's something you almost have to grow into, and in a way, like you've been through this twice before. Do you feel like you've like perfected the craft of being a daddy, or is it like
no,
just still flying by the seat of your pants?
We've got things that we want our kid to do in the mornings, and it's a battle. Like she should make her bed every morning, and sometimes the bed's not made. You know, the same things that every parent deals with. You know, you're going to get frustrated with kids, but kids are just kids. And I actually saw something from a psychologist recently, and it said didn't want to offend parents. It said, but parenting's overrated. They said, really, the most important thing is just putting them in the right environment. That the way you parent, whether you're a nurturer, whether you're a yeller, all of that is less important than putting them in the right environment. And most of the parenting is going to be done before the age of 7. And then like only 6% after the age of 12, because then you're going to get involved with your friends and you're going to get involved with other things in life. So don't kill yourself on parenting as long as you put them in the right environment.
All right. So why do I have to stay sober for 6 more years? I can do that. That's easy. I mean, yeah. I just did 13 days. What's 6 more years?
Yeah, dude, you got it.
Do you ever worry about being too, because you're a super competitive guy. I don't know if people glean this from just listening to you on the air, but when she's like in sporting environments, do you ever like catch yourself like getting too involved, or like maybe like yelling from the sideline too much? Because helicopter parents, I mean, that's a real thing.
Believe it or not, I'm the opposite.
You're like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm a big believer in, my wife is more competitive than me.
Yeah.
All right. We started dating. She played 3 sports in high school. She played college soccer. Then she got into fitness competitions, and it's her only kid. She's more competitive. I'm kind of the dial back, big picture parent. And because I've coached a lot, when it comes to somebody else coaching my kid, I don't like to say anything. And what I've learned, and I am a believer in
That's
this.
because your kid is good at sports.
What I've learned, and I'm a big believer in this, is the only thing your kid wants to hear when it comes to sports is, I enjoyed watching you play.
Oh, that is nice. I mean, I feel like you just said it to me because you looked me in the eyes and I'm like, damn, thanks, man.
You know, I watched, again, maybe because I've coached a lot and I've studied a little bit. There's a psychologist who says he's interviewed hundreds of Division I athletes who are super successful. They've made it all the way to Division I in college. And they say they have a coach. They often have a position coach. They often have a personal trainer, and then they have their dad. and they don't want to hear it from their dad. They just want to hear, I loved watching you play. Now, if they invite you, like, hey, what did you think? Then you can offer it, but they don't want to hear it. And I'm also a big believer in this. We're going to get deep into coaching. Trick question for you. When do kids quit sports the most? I don't think I phrased it right, but
when their dad yells at them.
It's kind of the car ride home. The car ride home can be a big danger zone because
the parents
a lot of times
nitpicking.
parents, let's say the team loses, they unload the kids. Kids eventually get tired of hearing that, get tired of the criticism, and then want to tap out.
Dude,
like the big thing is you want your kids are probably just about to start activities and sports.
They're not going to do sports.
Well, whatever they do. They might do dance. They might do music. Is you just want them to have fun. If they have fun, then it's good.
Recreational TV watching in the basement.
Yeah. No, they're just too well, my oldest is too girly. She is. Anyways, you want to hear something sad, man? That just brought up a fucking repressed memory.
Crycast 5, guys. Here we go. Let's go.
Well, when I was 13, my mom remarried. She got married to this Ecuadorian named Miguel. He's all right, you know. But I'll never forget this, dude. The last time I tried out for a basketball team, McLean High School basketball, and I thought I was going to make the team. I didn't make the team, right? And this dude picks me up from school, right? And I'm butt depressed. I'm butt sad. I didn't make the team. And he's like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, I didn't make it." And he just starts cracking up laughing, and like slapping the steering wheel. I told you not to try out. You just wasted your time. And I was like, is this normal? Like, is this...
Right. You're 13 years old. And he's telling you not to try out.
Yeah. I'll never forget him just laughing his ass off. And I was like, I'm just not going to do this anymore, I guess, you know?
He's basically telling you to quit. That's actually a horrible life lesson.
I know.
Because I've failed at a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, I've failed publicly in things like my boxing match. And it's in some respects is humiliating, embarrassing. But in other respects, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I always feel good about doing things, even if it ends up being a failed project or a failed attempt. So Miguel, that's horrible.
Dude, I know.
What happened to Miguel?
She's still married to him.
Oh, she is.
I don't go over a lot.
But if it makes you feel any better, last time I was at your house or your mom's house, your mom, I don't think you were there. I don't really know why. I can't remember the details.
I think you were interviewing her about potentially being your real estate agent.
Oh yeah, let's not go there. Let's not get into that. Okay. But I definitely pretended like I did not recognize Miguel, and I gave him the cold shoulder the whole time.
Why? Because he got so fat?
No, just because I just know you hate him. So I figured at one point I would bring that up to you.
But anyways, those life experiences have definitely taught me like how not to. I mean, not that I would laugh at my kids if they went through some shitty experience like that, but I'm super like aware of being supportive and not being an asshole when they're already down. You know what I mean? I'm sure you are.
Have you ever talked to Miguel about that?
No, they'll just laugh at me again.
It's actually stunning to me.
Laughing is crazy.
With my oldest, she played high school soccer. And I remember when she tried out as a freshman, she went to Quince Orchard High School. They had a really good soccer team. So she tries out for the team, and I didn't know that they were going to have cuts after the second day. And so there's 2 days of practice, and you could see these kids. There were about 30 girls that tried out, and I think they were keeping 15, something like that. And you see these girls leaving the field with their heads down, and and I remember praying. I was like, please don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and fortunately she made the team.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. A part of me thinks like if you go full Earl Woods, though, you could raise a superstar, but your kid might grow to hate you forever. Right. But they might be a millionaire.
Right.
I don't know. Is the risk worth the reward?
That's like Michael Jackson probably had the worst childhood, like.
Well, I mean,
top 5 worst childhood in as a like major celebrity. But if you could tell him, hey, we'll give you a normal childhood, but you're not going to be a big silly, do you think he would take it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Tiger Woods enjoys his life, right?
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
I mean, He had to go through some speed bumps there. I mean,
Yeah.
he ran a couple of them ran him off the road, but I mean, I feel like he enjoys being a millionaire. He enjoys like being the greatest golfer pretty much of all time.
I think if you have a gift, like Michael Jackson had a gift, Tiger Woods has a gift.
Yeah.
You probably can't imagine a life not having that gift.
Yeah.
So there's probably part of them that envies having a normal life where they could just hang out with their buddies and go to the movies or whatever, or go to a pizza shop and not have people like mobbing you. But at the same time, you wouldn't give up that gift.
Plus, it's also not bad being the Earl Woods in that situation. I mean, I know he died kind of young, but I mean, he had that trailer that he was just banging hooers in.
Was he really?
Yeah. I mean, did you see the Tiger documentary a couple years ago?
Nah.
He just had a trailer that he pulled up to the golf course where like he's drill sergeanting his son into like, you know, hit 100 more drives, and he's just in a trailer just banging hooers.
Damn, dude.
Like
Living the dream.
nonstop banging hooers.
That's amazing.
Which
Wow.
that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I guess I can't really envision myself in that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
What kind of pops do you think Shorts is going to be in 10 years? I'm going to fast forward 10 years.
Dude, I always say this about Shorts. You know, say what you want about him and his ability to, you know, turn mics on during the podcast. But Shorts is like, he truly has a heart of gold, and he doesn't have a mean bone in his body, and he is very I feel lame saying this, but like, you're a very nurturing kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So anytime anyone's like butt depressed about something, they can go to Shorts and he'll talk them off the ledge or whatever. So I think he'll be a good dad.
I'm a bit of an empath though. It comes with a cost. Like it's hard to, I mean, I feel like I take on other people's emotions in those situations.
Yeah.
And then, you know who.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "What are you so down about?" And I'll be like, I just, Oathman laid all this stuff on me, and I really feel for him, and
Thanks, dude.
and it's kind of ruining my whole week. Just stuff like that comes up every once in a while. Sometimes you're reading about something on Reddit and it makes you down.
I know what he's talking
Just kidding.
I didn't know we were going to go like deep into parenting and things. Like when I tune into your show, oftentimes it's, what's the name of the porn star that you're obsessed with? Or maybe
Minka.
he's obsessed. Yeah, Minka.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
stop talking about Minka,
oftentimes
dude.
it's-
Yeah. Well,
We get
you're
nervous because we don't want to screw you over by like going into like dude, I've got a topic right here. We can get
I got
we-
so many.
we've
I
got
wanna
just
talk
enough
about
time.
Let's get into
Lily
topics.
Phillips.
All right, let's go.
Topics.
Okay.
All right, look.
But you know what? I'll say this. At least one of your dogs hopefully goes to faithrestoredbook.com, which Oathman set up.
Yes.
And there's a buy button and there's a cart button, and you buy the book. There's a lot of junkie stuff in there.
Yes.
The junkies are kind of the voice of the fans. It's about the fans coming back, about the excitement coming back, the Commanders getting good again, and a team that was once great with glory years that was destroyed by Dan Snyder. And it's the resurrection of the Commanders. So it's not necessarily just about last year's season. It's bigger than that. There was, like I said earlier, there were some things in the, I guess it's The Athletic. Nikki Javala posted that their season tickets are up. Their sponsorships are up. There's a total change. It's night and day from what it was a couple years ago.
We can all see it. I mean, they've got the right infrastructure for once. For the first, I mean, we would all see other teams doing it the right way, like the Packers, for instance, or the Steelers, and we go, it's so obvious. Hire a GM, empower them to make all the personnel decisions, leave the owner out of all the contract disputes, and get a quarterback. And they've got all three of those things now. So yeah, I mean, the writing's on the wall.
What about the expensive beers, though? That's kind of a bad bit.
It's expensive beers. There's no
The
doubt
most
about
expensive beers in the NFL.
that. Yes.
Are they $22?
I think it's like $14.99 or something for a
Damn,
beer or something.
that's
I
like
think
that.
the average was right around $17,
That
$18.
gives me a little bit of Dan Snyder vibes, a little bit. you
No.
know?
I mean, I think they're heading in the right direction. It's a great time for this book. And if
So
they
let's
get
get into your
if
topics.
they get a win on Sunday, it'll be great for the book. But also, guys, Shorts is getting a little cut too. So also definitely
Yeah,
support
yeah.
JP by buying his
Yeah.
book so you can support RDM and Shorts. All right. So I wanted to
We're
ask
at
you about this.
107, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We started kind of.
Okay.
know.
All right.
So I wanted to ask you this. So there's this new thing going on in Canada, and I want to try to figure out where the line is, but some might say it's like the natural furthest extension of feminism. Like you have this first, second, third, and fourth wave, maybe that we're in now. But women are selling sex for rent money in Canada, and apparently it's a big thing. And I don't know. I mean, some look objectively, some might be like that's the same as prostitution, but somebody else might be like, yeah, actually, it's a woman taking control of her agency of her body and using it to get something that will help her life, like a place to live. Thoughts?
It's prostitution. It's simple. You know, do you know Occam's razor?
Oh, like the thing that's most likely the answer is the answer?
Yes, the simplest answer is the answer. I'm looking at the sheet. It says sex for rent agreements become popular in Canada.
That's a pretty
I mean,
lady.
to me, sex for rent, that's basically prostitution.
Yeah, but what if it okay.
I mean, you're going deep on some feminism wave. I don't know about
Shorts
the first
is-
wave.
Yeah, but
of
that is
feminism.
that is an argument that I've seen made. Like I've seen women make this argument online. They go, well, they're trying to improve the quality of their life.
My body, my choice.
My body, my choice, and I'm using it to get something that I need, which is a place to live. I mean, I think it's a valid argument. I mean,
How's it different than prostitution? Just because it's going to rent?
How
It's money for sex, right?
but it's not necessarily all right. When I think prostitution, though, I almost think like two strangers are involved almost, right? Like I know that some Johns have like regular clients or whatever, or regular what do they call the prostitutes?
Yeah.
Regular prostitutes that they go to.
Yeah, who was?
Yeah, who was?
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, it's like two strangers agreeing to a sex act and for an exchange of money. This is like two people that know each other. It's like, what's the difference between this and a married couple except there's no ring?
I think you're stretching it. What would your answer be? You asked me the question. I gave you the answer. Prostitution.
Well, let's go to Othman first.
Shorts is
This is how we get the dialogue going.
Shorts is he's
It's
a
good. You're good.
staunch feminist, right? So we both have daughters. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're a far
all
left
about
show.
women's rights.
I have two daughters.
I know. I don't know. It's weird. There's like a very fine line between like telling women that they should do whatever they want and encouraging them to start OnlyFans and you know what I mean, just ruin their lives, and also and like telling them they can wear whatever they want and go braless in a tank top like my sister does, and we haven't talked for 3 months.
So you have Miguel and the sister. I'm learning a lot about your family.
I've got trauma for sure.
I just want to check in real quick. Just a quick heat check. Still not talking to the
No,
sister?
she's coming over. She agreed to wear bras.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good to know.
But dude, have you seen the job, like the postings on Craigslist that solicit these type of agreements? It's basically
I'm not.
okay. It's
Not a Reddit guy, not a Craigslist guy.
it's mostly dudes that look like me, like foreigners,
Arabic?
Arab dudes, Indian dudes, being like, "Do you want to be doing the living here, and we will be doing the fuck?" But you so I don't really think it's catching on the way that you think it is. Like, first of all, a woman to agree to do this has to be disgusting, right?
Probably
Like-
doesn't look like this. Almost looks like
no
Emily Blunt.
chance. No chance.
I think that might actually be Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even think this is a real story.
When I saw it, I was like, "Is that Emily Blunt?"
I think this is a fake story.
Let me see it.
Like, I'm telling you, I want to. I'll try to
I
find
don't
them.
think it's Emily Blunt, but it's close.
But all of the listings are basically, do you want to be living here to be doing the fuck?
You can be doing the showing me the bubs and the vagine.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But it's weird how Canada, like, they really embrace like there are these stories about them doing the assisted suicide bit. You know, for people who just like don't want to live anymore. They're like,
I've been there, brother.
but it's just interesting how they're like the.
I thought you were gonna do the look.
But let me ask you this: if you were single and mingling, right, and you got a house with 4 bedrooms,
One can dream.
thought a lot of
You guys hear it? You guys hear it? Can you still hear us?
All right. Well, we gotta hop in the Patreon anyway, right?
Well, can they hear it? Because we got to do our mic read.
Yeah, they should be able to.
Because people are saying no sound, no sound.
I don't know what to do.
What did you change?
He moved the laptop about 6 inches.
Yeah, that's enough. That's all it takes sometimes, guys.
Hey guys, can you hear us? All right.
We go out like the way we came in. Can you guys hear us? Muffled.
It's fine. It's fine now.
Okay.
This is so embarrassing. I'm sorry, JP.
All right. Well, it's been a great show.
Yeah.
JP, thank you for coming by. Sorry, kept you late. You know,
I'm not getting to do the Patreon.
Oh,
we didn't, we didn't, you know.
yes, of course. Yeah, you
It
can
might
save
take 2
it.
hours to do one. All right, cool.
All right.
Let's do the mic shout out, and then we'll hop to the Patreon.
People share.
15 minutes.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Patreon.
You actually want me to leave.
No, we don't. I want to keep you here forever. You know, we can have. Well, I won't say we can have sex, but you can stay for as long as you like.
All right.
Patreon.com/IDM-pod for part 2 of this episode. We'll get the mics right back. Plumbing. Mike Cook has owned and operated his small plumbing business all over Northern Virginia for the past 20 plus years. Mike is the 3rd generation plumber. The next time you guys need a plumber, don't think twice about it. Just give Mike Cook a call at 703-501-1926. Mike is licensed and insured. No job is too big or too small. Mike Cook can do it all.
You all right?
We're open. Everybody's open. We're all for you guys.
You might have to start drinking again.
All right.
Next time you guys need a plumber, don't think twice about it. Mike Cook supported IDM since day one. If you support Mike Cook's business, you're supporting IDM. You know, because he kind of gives us a little kickback every once in a while.
Yeah, of course.
But Mike Cook is a legitimately great plumber. We haven't heard one bad thing from any of the IDM dogs that have used Mike Cook's business. So next time you guys have something going on in your house, maybe you want to do renovation and you want to know how much the gas and plumbing line are going to cost you, give Mike Cook a call. He'll hook you with a 10% discount if you mention IDM. 703-501-1926 is Mike's number. We'll see you guys on Patreon. Patreon.com/IDM-pod for part 2.
Peace.
011-926, let him know. Mention IDM, get 10% off your fee. He's a plumber.